What up YouTube, this is Nate, and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at this box over here. This is a masked edition Spider-Gwen resin statue made by Diamond Select Toys from their premiere collection. I have two predictions for this statue. Number one, I can already see it from the packaging on the outside, a little bit of maybe shaky, questionable paint application. Some of the finishing touches may push my tolerance meter a little bit, but we'll see. And my other prediction is that this base, although I believe it looks very fragile, will surprise me and be quite sturdy. First off, let's do a quick 360 of the box. I don't know what it is, but I really do like this aqua blue color. It's been a while since I've seen some turquoise blue like this. Full product shot right there in the front, Spider-Gwen. At the top, just a little bit of a logo. Another product shot in the back, but with a hot pink background. This product shot actually kind of got me worried here. If you look really closely at it, obviously they zoomed in very closely on probably, maybe not like a masterpiece, but like one of the products from the line. The lines look a little shaky in the paintwork. Just saying, I'm not sure what that's going to translate to in the actual statue itself. On this side here, all the information about Spider-Gwen. Is that the same product shot on the sides? Guess so. See here, the base. This actually scares me a little bit. It looks very, thin. And I guess maybe it adds to the delicateness of the statue. I'm not sure. But it looks pretty good in the picture. The concept, I like it. Let's see if Mr. Claiborne Moore here made a nice piece. I almost forgot to show you the bottom here. Only 1,000 of these statues. That's kind of like what got me, because the main one was her without her mask. I really didn't like how the hair looked on that one. I thought this one maybe... we'll see. We'll see when we open her up. We actually won't need Mr. Bowie here. When I pre-ordered this at the comic book store, the guy made sure to open it up just to make sure that there was no manufacturer defects or breaks. First thing you see when you open her up, this is the certificate of authenticity. I have number 265 of 1,000. That's strange. I won't put it up too much, but that's what it looks like out of the packaging. Doesn't look too bad. Let's take a look at this base first. It's actually a lot thicker than I expected it to be at the bottom there. It looked like in the picture like a little pedestal, but there's actually a wide base at the bottom. So maybe my prediction will be true. And like I said, very nice weight to it at the bottom. There you can see. And the main lady. Not too bad, a little bit of weight to her. Yeah, like I said, not as smooth as I would like it to be. Okay, let's put her on the base first. My first reaction when I looked at this thing was that it was pretty sweet. And more or less after taking a closer look at her, I still kind of feel the same way. In terms of design, I think it was a little bit ambitious for this price point. Overall, I think it comes off very delicate, but yet very powerful in the pose. I like how the base connects with the character on just that single foot. And like I said, the base is actually very surprisingly sturdy. Well designed. It was better than I anticipated anyways. I was originally afraid that this had a higher chance to topple over once I put it on the shelf. Just like my dreams. But I think that's gonna be less of a chance now. The original reason why I chose this masked edition over the original design was that the first one had like no mask on. And I actually really didn't like the way it looked. The hair wasn't treated very well, and I think they kind of over-rendered that face. So this mask, I think, does simplify the overall look and does make a cleaner looking piece. In terms of the sculpt, I think Mr. Moore overall did a good job. Spider-Gwen looks very sexy, but just the right amount of curvy. I think it accurately matches the comic book references, and at the end it gives a very smooth and delicate tone, but it still looks very strong and well balanced. I think it just has the right amount of rendering in the web detail that's like under the hood, on the bicep, and in the lat area. And because the rest of the statue is really kind of smooth and simple, it's kind of a nice contrast with each other. Putting it all together though, in the finishing touches, I do see a few like casting issues, I think. There's like a few gougy areas in the arm and in the hand. When it comes to the paint, there's a few unclean lines and even some blotchy pieces I found in the foot. But I kind of went in expecting some of those issues. So in terms of my tolerance meter, it's actually not that bad. Where I thought I was really going to be worried was with all that aqua blue webbing in the piece, but it actually turned out pretty clean. I like the finish of the statue piece. It's not too shiny, just the right amount of matte. I thought the base was going to be a throwaway in terms of my review of this video, but I actually really like how solid and well designed it is. I like the contrast that they have between the aqua blue and the purple. I think they were trying to go for like a marble or a thunder look in the black areas of the base, but either way, très magnifique. All the white parts in the costume I think just had the right amount of light blue highlights. It's not overdone. And in the mask, actually where the eyes are, it looks kind of satiny, which I think is a really cool touch. Now in terms of value, this piece is only $150 Canadian plus tax. I've seen it as low as $135 online for our American friends. So the question is did I get my money's worth? And I actually think I did. I went in expecting a few issues, but I think because of that, I was actually very satisfied with this piece at the end of it. A part of me bets if Kotobukiya did it, however, there wouldn't be a lot of those issues and they would really tighten up the paintwork and the casting. I actually think Kotobukiya uses cyborgs to paint their pieces, but that's another video. But that being said, you better believe you'd be paying for that difference. So at $150, I'm not saying it's like a slam dunk, but more like Shaq actually hitting 8 of 10 free throws from the line. I love you, Shaq. Now to sum it all up, I think the design was ambitious, but I think Mr. Moore actually did a really good job bringing it all to life in his sculpt work. A lot better than I expected. The paint apps and the finishing touches came together pretty good. If it didn't have a lot of those minor issues that I mentioned, I think this price definitely would have been a home run in terms of value, but it is what it is at the end of the day. I think the score is going to be pretty good. I actually don't know the score until after I edit the video because I add it up later, but I bet you it's above average, right? So at the end of the day, I think this is a very smooth, very sexy, but relatively clean statue. It pays nice homage to the character, I think, and it feels like it's coming straight from the comic books, and it's not like an over-stylized version of Spider-Gwen. I'm happy that I went with the masked version, and at the end of the day, I think it's a fantastic little statue. Thank you, Diamond Select. Not bad. Not bad. You didn't kill me. Woo! Holy crap. That's scary. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what you think about the statue in the comments below. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. Please check out my Patreon site. I don't have one. Not throwing shade. I'm just making a joke. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everybody. This is Nate. I need to sign off. Thank you for staying tuned to the end of the video. I have a nice spot for this in my newly elevated display cabinet here. I'll make a video about that if people really want to see it, but yeah, you'll notice I was leaving the bottom of this cabinet empty just for this piece. I pre-ordered it like in summer, and it just came now, so shout out to Mighty Comics. I really do appreciate the customer service. That's a great store. If you're in Winnipeg, check them out. Holler at Kuya Nate, and I'll take you on a tour there. I also had this piece here. I knew I was anticipating getting this statue, so I picked this up. Again, I don't care too much about, like, as long as it looks decent on the shelf, condition-wise, I'm okay with it. This is the first appearance of Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy, Edge of Spider-Verse #2. This may look like a high-grade issue, but on the back, there's like a perfect fold. And the guy told me that happened on shipment, so really brings down the value almost like into the 40s, $30 range Canadian. But hey, I'm a thrift dweller for life. Anyone got some borscht?